Good evening, good evening, good evening. Thanks for joining us. This is First Sky Omaha in the evening.
In the evening. Hey,
My name is Paul B. He's Buddy to God.
hey,
Still,
hey.
still getting used to this evening thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Seems like y'all are too, but we appreciate you guys checking us out. This is going to be a 2 hour session today, so we're going to definitely dive into some things. It's a Love Supreme Friday as always,
Yep.
and but always other things to talk about. So we appreciate everybody that's joining us. Come on in. We're about to drop the newsletter as well. Weekly wrap is about to drop. So,
Hey.
matter of fact, I'll put that in the chat. If you have not signed up for the weekly wrap, go ahead and do that real quick, and I'll go ahead and drop the this episode in about 1 minute. We'll do that as we get this show fired up. It is Friday, August the 21st,
Man.
2026. Man, coming right along.
Yeah, man.
Be winter before we know it. How you feeling over there, buddy?
Yeah, I'm feeling exactly that, man. Like it's coming along as far as this year creeping along. Already people getting into their gala season. You know that once you see the gala promotions coming up, you already know that's fall. I mean, October, November is right here, man. So yeah, man, I'm seeing the end of summer parties and everybody getting their last hoorah, last summer vibes in. School is starting, football season is starting, basketball season right around the corner. It's coming right around, man. This year is flying by. So yeah, man,
Yeah.
just trying to stay on top of things.
Seems to be the big news of the day too. Is all the kids going back to school. I'm
Yeah,
seeing that
man.
all around the country. Yep. Everybody, all these kids doing their first day of school pictures. We didn't have
Yeah.
that back in the day.
Yeah.
We,
Well,
we had we had our school pictures. We didn't have the first day of school snaps.
yeah. Yeah.
I see RG in the chat. Drop that rap like Sean Lee. Okay, all right.
Okay, okay, hey.
Shawnee been dropping some sandwiches lately. So all kinds of things going on. The expanded menu over there at Island Chills. That's what's
Hey.
up. Sue Kessler Hayden gives us a happy Friday, everyone. Appreciate you guys coming on in. We're gonna get this show fired up and then go ahead and drop that weekly wrap. You're listening to First Guy Omaha in the evening.
In the evening.
All be buddy to
Hey.
God. Hey.
All I'll say is this: I talk to all legitimate reporters.
First Sky Omaha.
In the morning. Once again, I want to thank everybody for showing on up this evening.
Hey.
First Sky Omaha in the evening.
In the evening.
Fresh edition is going on right now. It is I'm saying October. It's
Man.
August the 21st, 2026, 4:03 if you believe in the concept of time and you live in Omaha, Nebraska, and we're happy that you're joining us. And we have a special guest coming in today. We're highly anticipating our special guest. Miss Erin Forte is coming on.
Hey. Hey,
Yeah.
man. They said it couldn't be done. Said it wouldn't be done. Making it happen.
Brother Qasim joined us the other day. If you missed that, definitely go back and check it out on YouTube. Another great interview with Brother Qasim. He said that Miss Erin Forte is the force behind the scenes on a whole bunch of stuff going on, a whole bunch of businesses, and really making the backbone, really making some things work. And said that he probably would never get her on the show, but she called up, said she's ready to make her debut. That's what's happening
Hey,
today.
hey.
So I can't wait to talk to her, First Guy Omaha, and her first debut interview there with Erin Forte. It's gonna be all right. I see Pops in the chat. Pops giving us a good Friday evening and mad love from Las Vegas. Appreciate you, Pops.
Hey.
Heather Williams gives us a good evening, everyone. Cool. RG says the dude buddy roasted me on a few days back for being laid up when I wanted to slide on Mohini Day. You got roasted a little bit. You got roasted a little bit.
Just a little bit. Just a little bit.
Brother Qasim says he's in the house. What's happening, Brother Qasim? Appreciate you, man.
Hey, Pete.
Yeah.
Hey, we made it happen, bro. We made it happen.
I have a feeling he's one. He called her up like, you need to get on the show.
Yeah.
RG says, yeah. He says, I'm curious to see how much y'all got out of get out of Erin. Yeah, well, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
we're gonna do our thing. She did want to know what we was gonna talk about. And I had to give her we don't have a script. We just organically have conversations.
Come on now.
Made me a little nervous. We'll see. I'm going to go ahead and drop that weekly wrap. So if you have not signed up yet, go ahead and hit that link. It's time to drop the weekly wrap newsletter. hitting your mailbox right now. Hope you
Right
you
now.
enjoy right now.
Yeah. Look out for that. Big shout out to those of you who have signed up. I haven't, paying attention to the numbers, man. Numbers are going up, man, growing. So again, big shout out to those who have signed up, and tell a friend. That newsletter is a great way to stay on top of not just the stories that we discuss here on this platform and other stories you've been paying attention to. Also, original news coming out from us. Big shout out to our content creators. Also working on some new stuff.
Hey.
Definitely look out for that. But also stay on top of all the internal news, things going on with us, and also resources from the community. So big shout out, lots to glean from that one.
Lots. We'll go ahead and jump into a few community updates that's going on. I didn't really pull them up because there's so much going on here.
Man,
Of course, we got to talk about the identity school. That's coming in this conversation. We watched the whole journey there. People showing up, backing up the situation, and they getting their approval. And it happened days before their first day of school, and their first day of school was huge.
Yeah, man.
Made the front page. Omaha Star becoming part of history with Identity Preparatory Academy is going down.
Looking
We'll
good.
definitely man. We got to talk about it. I know she's super busy right now. I reached out to her a couple times to see Dr. Darnisha Phillips about coming back on the show. Very, very overwhelmed with a lot going on this time of year. I'm quite sure. Opening up a new school, first day of school, and all that good stuff. It is the news right now. So we'll definitely dive in and talk about that a little bit. But I want to make sure that we give some honor to what's going on in Omaha right now. I gotta get Omaha some props, man.
Okay, what you got?
In the spirit of our baseball theme, our heavy hitters theme, it is heavy hitter season going on right now in Omaha, man. And it started with, of course, Mohini Day and everybody that came out for Noma Fest. Check the Friends of First Sky Omaha page. You'll see some footage of Keon Harold getting it in. I mean, yeah, bro. I'm still hyped from that whole weekend of heavy hitters that started with them. But there's a lot more heavy hitters coming to town. We've been talking about this brother right here, man. Chief Aja was coming through at Live at the Low End. So we're talking about Bemis, and we're talking about the underground. We're talking about an intimate show. To see a legend like this at a show like this, I'm putting it out now. It's not till December 10th, but get your tickets now. It's gonna sell out. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Chief Aja, heavy hitter, Live at the Low End. Here's some more heavy hitters coming to town. Snarky Puppy will be in Omaha in October, bro. Shout out to Omaha Performing Arts, bringing in the heavy hitters, man, for real. Of course, Diggable Planets is coming through on September. We talk about them just about every time. Shout out to them being on tour, man. They've been on tour for a little minute now, about a year and a half. So they're finally coming through Omaha. So shout out to Diggable Planets coming through, heavy hitters. Bro, Tacos and Tequila is coming back. Fat Joe, Pretty Ricky, Trina and Paul will be here, man. Heavy hitters coming to town. Big time coming to town. Another heavy hitters coming to town. Gym Class Heroes and Lupe Fiasco coming to town.
Okay.
Big time, bro. I can't wait to see this. And the fact that it's going to be, that we got so many Lupe fans here. This is one thing about Omaha. There's a bunch of Lupe fans here.
Oh, yeah.
That I don't see in many other places. Lupe hit this town hard some kind of way. So I can't wait to see him in person around here in Omaha. Heavy hitter. And then, of course, Lenny Kravitz, heavy hitter, coming in September as well. Shout out to the heavy hitters, man. Heavy hitters Omaha. One more. I got seven of them for you today. Chance the Rapper's coming through in October.
Man.
So, yeah, man. And this is just the beginning. These are the 7 that I found. I know that I'm missing some. There's some other ones that are coming out. Heavy hitter season in Omaha. Got to get Omaha some props.
Yeah.
Don't forget, Killer Mike was just here for Maha.
Smokey.
Come on, man. Smokey was here this year, too.
You didn't even mention Thundercat coming. Yeah, there's more. There's more happening. Yeah.
We got more things to do here. Let's get outside. Summer may be coming to a close, but we got more stuff to go celebrate and get down with for real. Marlon Harrison in the chat says, good evening, First Sky Omaha, and happy TGIF, everyone. I'm now the officially First Sky Omaha booking agent.
Hey.
Shout out to Marlon, bro. Marlon, he don't hesitate. He'll be standing next to somebody and say, you should be on the show. And then he'll call me right from where he's standing and have me talk to him. This is Paul. He wants to talk to you. And I got to get on the phone and be like, I didn't say I want to talk to you, but I appreciate you, Marlon, handing the phone. Who are you? What's going on? And it's always somebody cool. It's always somebody good that I can't wait to have on the show. So appreciate you, Marlon. Appreciate your work. Definitely. Yeah, man. We can we put it out there to our chat chimers, like, give us some ideas, some people, not just ideas, make the call like Marlon. Appreciate y'all.
Yeah. Connect the dots.
Connect the dots. Tony Johnson in the chat says announced today that Kenya Barnes picked for legal marijuana, now candidate for lieutenant governor. She is on OHA board. Didn't miss that news. Appreciate that. I'll have to check that out.
Okay.
Tacos and tequila, yeah, man. Yeah, it's a festival blowing up for real. Came last year with some heavy hitters, coming this year again too.
Man,
there you go.
Already.
Stetsy Jean says, good evening, everyone. Appreciate you. Also, Tony Johnson says, can you get any of them on the show? That would be historic.
Man,
yeah, probably could. Yeah,
we'd love to.
Yeah, a couple of them I definitely would like to come on through for sure.
A lot of heads.
Appreciate you guys for bearing with us, and we're going to go ahead and jump into some of the things that we're going to talk about today too. I'll come back with a lot of haps. It is Friday, so there's going to be a lot of haps all through the show.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to share that little bit of props that I want to give Omaha for having heavy hitters this season, man. For real.
Yeah, man. It's looking good. It's looking good this year. Yeah. Big shout out to those organizing those events, and of course, big shout out to you for tuning in with us here on First Sky Omaha in the evening. Still getting used to that one. Yeah. Still getting used to that one. But again, thank you all for tuning in. Tell a friend to join the conversation. We do have a lot to talk about. Of course, looking back at this week, a lot has changed, and some updates on some stories we were following at the top of the week, and of course, looking forward to some things, kind of setting our intentions, and a little food for thought. It is a little Love Supreme Friday, so we'll get into that in our second hour. But as we mentioned, we do have Sister Erin Forte coming on, so definitely looking forward to speaking with her and setting up the conversation. Again, she's a very, very busy woman, as Brother Qasim put it, kind of the backbone behind the empire, the legacy that he's building, and that's what I want to talk about. Again, the job landscape in this country and how we can navigate through it. Again, it is looking pretty interesting, and not just the job landscape, but the infrastructure, the landscape in general. Definitely want to talk about what's going on with our brothers and sisters out in Gary, Indiana. If you haven't heard, the Midwest, not just Indiana, but Ohio as well, being rocked by storms, tornadoes, rain, flooding. It's looking pretty bad in the Midwest, power being out. And again, it's bringing about the question, it's bringing about my thoughts on does teamwork make the dream work? Does teamwork really make the dream work? Like in situations where we might find ourselves in emergency, can we rely on each other? And some of the petty things that I'm seeing in the community, some of these tips and some of these fights kind of got me wondering. So again, these are things we're going to be talking about and unfolding throughout today. Of course, looking at some things that we are winning on. Of course, definitely have to talk more about identity prep, as Brother Paul just mentioned. Also, I'm claiming it a victory as well as far as the whole glove situation. OPS electing to step away from the glove policy, I guess you can call it. Of course, Mary Ewing and Chief Ty Schmaderer has something to say about that, so we'd definitely love to visit their statements. But look at the whole situation altogether. Again, now that we're on the other end of this, again, coming from finding out that these taser gloves are being used on young folk, to now OPS electing to step away from it. Yeah, we got some unpacking to do with that situation, and of course, looking at the national landscape. And what that means for Nebraska as far as jobs go. Again, not just speaking of Erin Forte, but looking at throughout the state. Lexington finally closing, I think, next week, I think, is the last day of the end of this month when that Tyson plant is going to be closing. So again, teamwork makes the dream work, mutual aid. Looking at all those things throughout today. And of course, if there's anything on your hearts and minds that we're not talking about, feel free to drop that into the chat. As always, let your mind be free, let your voice be heard. In the meantime, between time, we're here for the next couple of hours. This First Guy Omaha in the evening. Paul.
In the evening.
Hey, what's the word?
Man, I feel like I need a little Marlon Boogie right now. I'm gonna go ahead and
Yeah.
Get it! Get it, Marlon, get it!
Yeah, man, makes me happy. Puts me in a good mood and reminds me of that For the Love of Barbecue event that was off the hook. Every time I start feeling one way or another about the community and all the trouble, think of them scenes right there. Because as you can see, we had a good time. It was a good time. We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back and jump into the conversation. Again, you're listening to First Sky Omaha in the evening.
In the evening.
My name is Paul B. He's Buddy the God. Stay tuned. We'll be right back, y'all. Welcome back. First Sky Omaha in the morning.
Ha ha ha! There's one. Yeah, there's one in the evening.
You got me. Apologize for that, man. That blank thing there. I'm sitting here over here jamming, and
No, it's all
there's
good.
no music playing. I've been jamming all morning or all evening. I appreciate you guys bearing with us, of course, through it all. Appreciate everybody who's joining us today. And I did have what was I just showing? I was just showing this is another one that I forgot to leave out too. Another heavy hitter.
Man, love
him. Man. Pieces of a Dream. Love him always brings the heavy hitters. Pieces of a Dream is going to be in the house Labor Day weekend, which is insane. Also, Eric Darius. I mean, just some really heavy hitters. The rest of the year, really every month.
Yeah,
we can see a major artist coming to town. So appreciate them. Appreciate Love 'em Festival. Always being consistent with that every year. It's all good, man. Appreciate that. I see Cole with Black Dynamite in the chat saying, good afternoon, y'all. It's Friday. We made it.
we made it.
Appreciate you. Yeah, we will have to have some conversations about the rest of this, but I appreciate everybody joining us, and we'll go ahead and jump into some conversation here. We got a few things we can dive into. Thanks for everybody who posted in Friends of First Sky Omaha, and everybody who's been hitting us up on the email address, the Gmail address, and everywhere else. I've been getting some private messages too. People wanting to just kind of dig in and find out what's going on because there's a lot happening.
Man.
And I'm like, you gotta wait for the show Friday so we can dig into it. So I hope that you guys are here, and tell a friend, share the show. Let's go ahead and dive in. Buddy, what's first on the agenda?
Yeah, man, as always, I like to start off with the wins, and again, this is something that is kind of hitting close to home for me, actually. Shout out to Marlon for sharing this picture. But I see Omega Sci-Fi coming out to the schools, as we were talking about. The schools are starting off, and kids going back for first day of schools, and we've been talking about it, man. As far as we just had the conversation with Brother Qasim, and just really throughout the season so far, men in schools and the role that men have in the community. As far as the teamwork, making the dream work. What role in the team does the men have? And of course, learning earlier this season, at least myself, that Mad Dads again started in Omaha. If you don't know, Mad Dads organization of men, Mad Dads, dads who had enough going into schools to help with some of the behaviors that they were seeing from the students in school. So again, having men in the schools, it plays a big part. I know you talk about your teacher, Mr. Mack was his name. Again, having a male teacher and the impact that had in your learning experience and just your experience as a child in general. But again, these men in particular, the men of Omega Sci-Fi, as I mentioned, hit close home to me because when I was a youngster trying to find my way, trying to figure it out, even dealing, with my own issues of masculinity and authority and things like that. These were my mentors. And I last episode, I think I mentioned that Mr. Gene Haynes, Brother Man Haynes, had written a character letter on my behalf when I was in trouble, and so did several of the men from Omega Psi Phi. So again, big shout out to those brothers. Man, for helping me out. Even some of I was a squire during high school, and some of my fellow squires are now also a part of Omega Psi Phi, continuing the good work, man. So shout out to the bros, man. Big shout out to the men stepping up and showing face in the community as our young folk go back to school. But it's not just the men showing up. Also want to give a shout out to the women as again, this women's only school, young girls opening its doors for the first time, Identity Prep Academy. Dr. Dernisha Phillips, man, Raquel Henderson, the whole team over there. Man, making the dream a reality, talking about teamwork, making the dream work. When a dream works, it becomes a reality, man. And definitely excited to see what's next for Identity Prep. But as you mentioned earlier, a big shout out, and we could talk, maybe more about, some of the hurdles that they had to go through, and now finally opening the doors within the last couple of months. It's been a whirlwind, but big shout out, definitely a win to see that situation open its doors finally.
Man, making history. It's definitely been a roller coaster. That was a great word. We watched them go through everything they've gone through. And Dr. Darnisha Phillips came on to the show. She didn't even have a place yet. They were just locking down the building to have the school in, and partnering up with somebody to do that. So that was the where we left off with her. And then all the things happened since then. Of course, we know about the Board of Education that had people on there that were questioning the school, that were trying to push things back. And there was a big show of force. The whole community kind of came out and spoke to the board and let them know that this is what we want. And then they had to go back on what they said and went ahead and voted yes. And it happened a few days before the doors opened. And so, I can imagine, even though we've been wanting to speak to her, I can imagine like how busy she's been. It's been a whirlwind, just from what we're seeing from the outside. Can't imagine how it is on the inside. But looks like she got great support. The mayor came out. Our city councilwoman, city council Goodwin, thank you, came out as well. We see legislator Senator Terrell McKinney, put some respect on his name. There's a multitude of folks that looks like they wanted to help, had their back and support, and then of course everybody's out there for the girls. And it's not ending. It's not done yet. There's still money to be raised, of course, for it to continue. And I think they have a plan where they're going to make it so that you can pretty much sponsor one of the girls individually in order to pay for some of the expenses that's going to cost for us to keep this going. But looks like the community's behind it, and I'm really happy that this is happening. Marlon Harrison says, I'm mad that I missed Amber Ruffin. Yeah, Amber Ruffin, it was out there.
Man, come on.
Yeah, man, flew out here from New York to support. So that's it's very, very important situation to everybody. Lacey Lamar was actually one of the ones that went down and spoke, and came back and kind of reported about all the people that showed up and how proud she was of Omaha showing up and showing out. So yeah, beautiful thing, and I'm really glad that this happened. I can't wait to speak to her and kind of recap what was going on. Let us know if you've been a part of any of these things too. I see some. We got people in the chat, but I'm always going to ask the chat. If not just in here chatting, but if we're actually provided some support, has some support gone out on your behalf on the school? Have you been a part of any of these things that have to do with the school happening? And I can't wait to speak to her about finding out what next steps are for the school. It's going to be going for more students. I'd love to see what's going to happen here. So that's my take on it. I appreciate everybody that's been sending us photos and letting us know, getting us firsthand information about what happened that day, and the doors opening, and how everybody's high spirited right now and all of it. Big time. So that is definitely a win.
Yes. One of the biggest wins actually in a while, in regards to self-actualization. Again, staying true to the definition of the dream that I laid out at the beginning of the season, as far as the ability to, do for self, the ability to solve your own problems and not have some of the hurdles that, of course, we have, and socially, and man, just some of the things we have to go through in order to just fulfill our needs, man. So big shout out to Dr. D and this whole situation, because as we see with OPS, there's a lot to fix over there. There's a lot to fix. So yeah, a big shout out to Dr. D. And again, I definitely will look more into that information, as you mentioned, as far as what's next, how people can get involved financially, what they need, because again, this is the Old Hope Center building that they're using So it's a building that's been around for a while. I don't know what the status or the health of the building is
Mhm.
right now. But yeah. All hands on deck. All hands on deck. This is definitely a teamwork makes the dream work situation, because it is answering something that we've been talking about for a while. Again, even on this platform, even before learning about Dr. D and identity prep, we've been asking, how can we make our own schools? I mean, that seemed like kind of the solution for us, between you and I, Paul, when looking at OPS and looking at some of the things that we've seen, and just knowing what the public school system ultimately is and how it's been ran over these last several decades. It's that answer, doing for self. So again, big shout out to laying out that blueprint again, and doing for self, and achieving the dream, and really making the dream a reality. Because again, as I mentioned, OPS, there's a lot of work to do. I think this whole glove situation is really only tip of the iceberg.
Yeah, we'll have to dive into that glove situation. I was thinking a little bit about where my family comes from and how my grandfather opened up a private school out in
Mm-hmm.
California. Also, even more recently, a lot of my family members pulled their kids out and did the homeschool thing because of these problems. And of course, because of all that history for me, my mind goes right to start a school. And
Mm-hmm.
so this kind of was right up my alley as well. And also thinking about the things that we're doing too. We're building up to something with this as well, with our citizen journalism training. And just when we talk about the content creator camps that we have during the years, those are leading up to some bigger curriculum, some more training. We've also been working with the 180 rap program, and doing some citizen journalism training with some of the people that are just getting ready to come out of
Mm-hmm.
prison, and are interested in being able to tell their own stories. That's been a really successful thing that we stumbled into, and we're going to do more there as well. And that's a future thing for us. It's a thing for us to move closer to that. And I have a dream of having a space and having a full school of teaching young people, putting them on that road to communications, putting them on that road to journalism, and letting them, helping the city, them feel like the city is open up to them now. They can go ask those questions and get into those rooms, keep people in check, and do it in a way that can be effective. So
Man,
I'm really looking forward to that being. That's a natural progression. We at this point, 5 years in, would have had 10, 20 reporters, but the problem is finding reporters that are connected to the neighborhoods that we're trying to report from,
man.
and report in and report about, and there's just not. So a few years back, we figured out we better start trying to build some. So this is how the content creator stuff was born. So again, even with what we're trying to do, it totally aligns with you got to provide your own education here. And even before I met you, you were teaching classes at the African American bookstore, even before you walked into the radio station. So it's
Mm-hmm.
kind of just right up our alley on this tip, and we hope that we can be a part of making some moves here in the future for that. Maybe
Yeah,
even
man.
teaming up with them. Maybe some of the girls would like to learn journalism and send them off in that direction as well.
Yeah, that's one of the biggest things that has also jumped out to me, of course, is not just people coming up and speaking out about identity prep, but people offering their services,
Right.
which is something we've been talking about and asking also with OPS, as far as who in the community is teaming up, and what kind of after school programs, and what relationship does OPS have with the community, because there's a desire there to close that gap. So
True that.
definitely want to dive into some of the issues and things going on with OPS, and the details and where we stand with this glove situation here in a bit.
Yeah, sounds good. It's 4:28 right now. If you believe in the concept of time, we appreciate everybody joining us. Just wanted to make mention, do us a favor, if you're on Facebook, share the show. Just share it on your page. Pretty easy thing to do. And if you're on YouTube, do us a favor and share the link. Again, we rely on you for conversation, communication, but also help us to reach out to some people that
Yeah.
you might think would thrive from the conversation and would be a part of what's going on here. So yeah, please do that. Tell a friend, and let everybody know that this is happening. We've had to call some frequent friends of ours that come on the show, remind them that we have this evening show now, because
Yeah,
it's something got to get used to still. So
change your pace.
definitely change your pace. And as this change of pace happens, one of the reasons why we wanted to do this was because we want to also remember, even with the things that are going on, we got a lot of wins, and we also got a lot of love supreme to make sure that we're involved with. We always think living alive with one another when the weekend comes up. That's something that is something that we try to thrive and strive for, even if we have to work sometimes during the weekends. We still try to, just open our minds up to like, why are we doing this in the first place? What's the fight for? What kind of life do we want to live? So we want to do that. So anything that's going on this weekend, definitely want to hear from you about events that are happening. Here's a Friday. Here's an event that's happening a little later on tonight. Midwest Frida Fest. This Viva Frida is going to be a living altar and curated exhibition. This is happening tonight, 6 to 9 at the gallery at Gallery 24. Definitely go check this out if you're a Frida fan. I like Frida Kahlo. She's one of my favorite artists for sure. And I love that they're doing this. They do this all around the country. So I'm glad that Omaha is representing here too. Midwest Frida Fest is going down tonight. So definitely check that out. Also, here's another one that it keeps on. They give this to us all the time. This Nebraska Black Pride group has been sending us over a lot of information. I guess they got a lot of events coming up, a lot of things happening. They're digging deep this time of the year here. So this is the Black Excellence Variety Show happening, drag, burlesque, and live music. It's going down tonight as well, 6 to 10 at the Level Event Center, which I think is really interesting. We went out and checked that space out. Really interesting space, man. Got a nice balcony, real classy joint. Love it. 5421 North 103rd Street, Suite 100. A little hard to find sometimes, but definitely worth it when you get in there. So definitely go check this out. This is something that you're into. Black Excellence Variety Show happening tonight from 6 to 10. Shout out to Nebraska Black Pride, my friends that are running some of these programs here, and be looking out for some of the shows. They got lots of activity going on as well. And I'm sure some heavy hitters in that world too that I'm just not familiar with the big way. So appreciate that. We'll come back and talk about some more haps and dive in. And of course, we have our special guest, Erin Forte, that's going to join us. Oh, that's the wrong flyer. Erin Forte is going to join us here shortly. Is it Fort or Forte?
Yeah. Let's clarify that.
Okay. All right. I was hoping.
I think it's Forte.
Do you? Okay.
I think it's Forte. I might have misspoken earlier.
Okay. Well, when you did, I was like, he might be right. I might have misspoken. Might have been saying it wrong, but we'll find out. We'll find out very, very shortly, as a matter of fact. So stay tuned because we have her coming on, and I cannot wait to speak to her. I've been wanting to speak to her for a while, man. She's kind of behind the scenes on so much, and it's really interesting because every time I see any activity, she's there, and I'm just like, man, I think she might be the secret weapon here behind the scenes. It's real quiet about it too, real quiet. So we'll definitely check that out and have a good conversation with her. Get ready for that. Brother Qasim, you're still on here. Definitely stick around. I think it's gonna be a good conversation. But shout out to her for reaching out, wanting to come on this evening, and we'll talk to her in just about 15. So stay tuned. We'll be right back. Again, you're listening to First Sky Omaha in the evening. Paul B, Buddy to God. Stay tuned, y'all. We'll be right back on this Friday Eve. Yeah, welcome back. First Sky Omaha in the evening. How y'all feeling? Let us know how your weekend is coming along. You got plans tonight? Got plans tomorrow? Love to hear about it. I see Brother Qasim still in the chat. Appreciate you. He says we have the security detail for Nebraska Black Pride. Says second year securing their festivities. That's what's up. How is it? Is it smooth going? You got a lot of ruckus going on over there? Let us know. how it is to secure those events. They always have wild parties, good fun. It's always good fun and good spirit though. So I can't imagine you have too much trouble. But yeah, I appreciate you letting us know about that. That's what's up. I do see that they got a lot of events coming up. That's what's up.
Man.
Appreciate that. Yep. All right, we're gonna go ahead and jump in. Forte. RG is letting us.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I thought so. All right.
Yeah. Like E.
Wasn't me this time. It's usually me
Mhm.
all the time. Yep. Let's move on, buddy. What's next on the agenda? What are we jumping into?
Yeah, man, let's go ahead and kind of recap as we look back at this week of news. One of the biggest news things, of course, is this whole glove situation coming out of OPS. And I think you were trying to clarify or figure out whether or not they have elected to go away from the glove situation. And they have, and there is some confusion. I see the conversation in the chat as well. So I appreciate some of that clarification. But let's start with the report from the Associated Press, who kind of broke the news, who kind of set this news up. Again, if you remember, the Associated Press and NPR dropped an article earlier last week, really, where, they're reporting on the fact that ICE, again, this all came out of ICE getting access to these electric gloves and the plan to use those gloves, which again it is called GLOVE, which is an acronym for Generated Low Output Voltage Emitters. But again, they are hand worn devices that again does emit electricity, and when touched, it does not feel good. But again, since that report has come out, there's been a lot of conversation, a lot of back and forth. We've even talked about it here on this platform. And Omaha Superintendent Matt Ray, according to this Associated Press article, elected and requested that Omaha police working in the schools as SROs or school resource officers stop using the gloves, and to which Omaha police agreed. So again, it is very interesting how this whole thing played out, as far as, there wasn't no need for any big legislation, any legislative process, any change in policy. It was just they requested it, and OPS said okay, which is very interesting. However, to the point in the chat, some people saying that not all OPS schools are getting this luxury, because there are schools that fall outside of the jurisdiction of OPS. So schools that are maybe per se in Bellevue, according to the article, suburban Bellevue schools that patrol 2 Omaha schools, the Bryan schools, 3 other larger school districts in the metro area that have Omaha school resource officers assigned to their buildings have not taken action to stop police from using those devices. So again, it's just OPS schools within the Omaha jurisdiction. That is important to remember. So if your student goes to Bryan, or maybe a Millard West or a Bellevue, or I don't know, some other school that falls, maybe a Ron Colley, maybe that falls again within the Omaha police jurisdiction, but maybe not within OPS, they will still have those electric gloves on campus. Again, that is important to remember. The Associated Press also left messages seeking comment Thursday from Millard, Elkhorn, and Westside districts that are also patrolled by OPS. So again, all of these schools are still quote unquote free game to this point. Matt Ray, who again is the superintendent of OPS, said in a school board meeting earlier this week and in a letter to the public schools community that he'd only learned about the gloves the previous week. But local television station KETV found out, and Omaha World Herald has reported as well, that there's actually emails sent back out in 2023 when Omaha police notified the districts that the department would plan to equip the officers with the gloves, and an official with the Omaha district said that they were already familiar with this because of Bellevue police had warned them at 2 Omaha schools as well. So again, there is some news and some reports that this information was already widely known, and also despite the pushback from the public, it is important to note that both Omaha Mayor John Ewing and Omaha Police Chief Todd Schmaderer have both basically kind of shown support for these gloves and feel like this is the best option out there. Again, Omaha Mayor and Chief met up with OPS leaders Thursday. And again, this from a report from WOWT. In their statements, Chief Todd Schmaderer, when asked about the decision and some of the feedback, says, "I don't think any opinions have changed, but it was good to see the superintendent and the school board president made it down here, and it was good to see them come down, take this matter very important. They recognize the importance of the school resource officers, or they wouldn't have came, and so I appreciate them doing that." But again, Also, in another statement posted on Facebook, which you can find on Friends of First Sky Omaha, Mayor John Ewing also has some things to say about the glove, basically saying that he respects OPS' decision to go away from the gloves, but still feels like it's a better solution than what's already out there. You can take from that what you will. But again, very, very interesting that we're at this point. Still a lot to unpack. How did this come down? Who really got that email back in 2023? Why wasn't much more, noise made about that situation? Is OPS only responding because, the public is responding, or is this something that OPS is not really in alignment with? Still a lot of questions with that one, but here we are.
Yeah, those questions I think are definitely still there for me. For just to recap a little bit about what's been going on, of course, like you said, this thing broke because ICE was going to use the gloves. They found out they were in the schools. Of course, Kimra Snipes, who's on the school board, was the first one to kind of chime up and say we didn't know anything about this. The first thing she did was call Matt Ray, the superintendent, and he said he didn't know anything about it either. And Bree Fool also posted something on her page that said that she didn't know either. So basically, these things had gone on and nobody told anybody. I think this news about these emails that came out in 2023 is a little bit, trying to act as if you guys did know, but we trust the sisters that told us they did not know, and done the research on that as well. But it might have been an oversight, might have been something that was on there that nobody was just really looking at, and everybody got really fired up about it. Just like Marlon says, I got very heated at Omaha 360 this Wednesday over the electric gloves in OPS schools. I think that's a lot of people's sentiment, but I still think we're skipping over something that the chief said. Chief Smarter said this in his statement when all this blew up in the first place, that they were using tasers before. And the tasers are somewhere around 1,200 volts. And these gloves are somewhere around 3. Some of the reasons why they thought it was a good idea was because they were less voltage and a little bit more incognito than shooting a taser at a kid or using a taser on a kid. And this is one of the reasons why they went that direction. And he kind of implied they'll have to go back to that if these gloves are not in use. So until somebody answers that question for me about whether or not they're going to go back to tasers, I'm still kind of up in the air about whether or not this is a win or not. It's a win for the team, for the community to get together and speak up and say we don't want something, and then it gets pushed back. But are we just caught up in how emotional we found out when we found out about them? Are we caught up with that, or are we not really thinking about the alternative or what they've been doing at all? Brother Qasim came on the show the other day and reminded us you couldn't even put your hands on a kid 8-9 years ago at all. Now, not only are we past putting hands on kids, but we apparently we're using tasers before. Anybody look up the information on how many times a taser was used on the kid before the gloves came? Still got some questions.
Definitely still a lot of questions on the situation, and just still a lot to learn, obviously, from how these policies are created, how these policies are implemented. Again, apparently it didn't take any formal documents or anything, or at least a board vote. Like how did this work? From the reports, it seems like the superintendent Matt Ray just said, "Hey, can you not do this?" And OPS was like, or OPD was like, "Yeah, sure, we'll not do it." But again, if that's all it takes, then how does these things really work?
And I think that's one of the issues too, is that OPD had to say that. So one of the situations here is, and I come from the generation that our security guards were employed by the school; they weren't police. Anthony Rogers, right? Get the SROs out of our schools. The root cause is the SROs in the schools, which SROs work for the police department. Which is the reason why they get that training and they get that equipment and they get all the stuff they get. Now, it sounds to me like they take some direction from the superintendent, from the school, when it comes to what it is that they want to do or not want to do, which is kind of what happened in this case. But one of the reasons why people feel like this went under the radar and nobody was told was because of was that situation. They don't go to the school board and ask if they can use certain equipment. Apparently they just get the equipment from their superiors, who are the police department, and do what they're going to do till somebody raises a fuss and says don't. So that learned a lot from this experience.
Definitely, and I'm glad you pointed out those nuance because it is a nuance, and as we kind of set up for our next guest, um, that's where my mind is, and I do want to clarify on what I mean by the wins because again, this isn't a win. There's still a lot to fix with OPS as far as the school system. So when it comes to the school system itself, definitely not a win. It's really business as usual as far as public schools go. But the as far as schools go, identity prep is the win. But as far as community organizing, teamwork, making the dream work, to your point, yes, this whole glove situation is definitely a win. And I appreciate Sister Karen Warner who shared this on social media. That kind of got my mind going for this episode in the direction that I'll be going in the second hour. But she says, regardless of how anyone feels about the past couple of community issues, whether you are for or against the use of the glove, whether you support education that enriches the identity of young girls or not, the truth of the matter is we absolutely have the ability to overturn entire systems if we band together more often and apply less energy into the social media banters. And that's definitely something, a sentiment that I appreciated from the sister. Big shout out to Sister Karen Warner. And that's where my mind is as we again get more into today's conversation, more into this episode, and getting ready for our guest who's definitely all about bringing the people together and doing for self. You know what I mean? So big shout out to the BAA and the work that that's going down over there. We're talking about more of that and unfolding this concept. Teamwork makes the dream work here in the second hour.
As a matter of fact, we're going to do it right now. Let's take a quick break and we'll bring our special guest in. You're listening to First Sky Omaha in the evening.
In the evening.
My name is Paul B. He's Buddy to God. We'll be right back, y'all.
They're a bunch of megalomaniac warmongers. They're a bunch of megalomaniac warmongers.
Welcome back. You're listening to First Sky Omaha in the evening.
In the evening.
My name is Paul B. He's Buddy to God, and we got Erin Forte in the house. Good morning. Good evening.
Hello.
How you
Can
doing?
hear me?
Yeah, we
Loud
can
and
hear you
clear.
loud and clear.
Okay. I am good. How are you? You guys got me.
Doing great. Looking forward to today's conversation. Thanks for joining us. Thanks for reaching out. All of that.
Mhm.
Nice to meet you.
She said, "You guys got
Nice
me."
to meet you too. Mm-hmm.
Now,
He's a black
tell us.
Qasim
Now,
right
tell us,
now.
Uh-oh.
Block him.
is he already starting up?
He said he was.
Hey, Vicky Young in the chat. I appreciate that very much. Also, Pops. I'll come back to your comment in a minute. Good evening, Vicky Young. Appreciate you coming on through for our special guest. Now, be honest. I know that you Brother Qasim told me that you don't really like doing this kind of stuff. So what made you go ahead and call us and say you wanted to come on?
It was time. And this was the perfect place to be. This is the perfect place to be.
Hey, okay. Well, thank you.
Mhm.
Appreciate that.
It's
I was
an
just telling Buddy before you came on that I see you all over the place, low key, like behind the scenes, working and doing things. And I got that impression. A long time ago that you the backbone on a whole lot of these things. And of course, you guys don't know what we're talking about. Of course, she is with Omaha Sentinel Force.
Mhm.
You said you're COO
COO.
over there.
Co-owner. Yep, we co-own.
Mm.
Qasim and I.
There you go. Also part of Strong Back Movers.
Same deal there.
They doing the thing. Also, the Urban Survival Club. Always see you out there with the kids there too.
Yep.
So you part of all this now. You are part of the BAA as well, Black Agenda Alliance.
Yes, I am.
Okay. So you involved in the whole deal.
Yes.
And
We'll say a couple of years ago, I met Qasim flag football. They did Dr. Umar. BAA brought Dr. Umar in, and my son said, "Oh, I'm gonna volunteer." My oldest is 22, and he said he wanted to volunteer for flag football. And then I have an 8-year-old little boy, and so he wanted to play. And that's how I met Qasim, was at flag football, and he sent about 52 group text messages, and everybody's. And so the next, I said, "Hey, do you not know how to use an email?" So that's how it started right there.
And he probably was like, "No, can you help me use it?"
Mm-hmm. Yep, that is
I heard
correct.
I heard
Hey,
that.
that's teamwork making the dream work. That's
Yeah,
all the way around. All the way around.
I'm bad with that. I'm like, no, I can figure it out. But I'm glad that he
Nope.
spoke up and was like, no, I need some help because
Mm-hmm.
you involved completely, and it's on.
Mm-hmm.
So I felt like you've been here a while. You only been here really a couple of years
Yep.
in with this situation.
In the community, I grew up in La Vista, and then my mom moved north. I think 2009 maybe, and just decided to get involved. My son and I both just said it was time to start volunteering, and we've been running with it.
How was it in La Vista? Was there any programs that you were part of and stuff when you lived there growing up?
Mm-mm. Nope. I did
Not much.
basketball for a little bit, but it wasn't nothing out there. There was about 10 of us that went
Like
to the
10
Vista
black
High
folk,
School.
you saying?
Mm-hmm.
That's interesting. That's interesting. So what about the BAA kind of made you say, I mean, because we kind of talk about it a lot, especially North Omaha. It's like a nonprofit, there's no shortage of things to volunteer for and get involved in. What about the BAA stood out to you?
I just like what they stand for, and I want to do more, be more about the Black family in general, and just bringing it together. Like you guys were talking about the schools, Qasim and I were just talking about getting something together, whether it's homeschool and getting as many teachers. We got to do something different. Something's got to change. And so that is, I'm scared for my youngest. He's 8. What's going to happen next? So we're just talking about that and trying to get some things in place to see what we can put together.
Definitely. Yeah. I mean, that's really the spirit of today's conversation. So I'm glad you laid that out, because I do feel like what it is that you're involved in, what you personally are bringing to the BAA, and then what you all are doing collectively. I mean, we're all about it. As far as Paul and I go, we support, what you all are doing, and feel like that is, the direction that a lot of us need to go in, as far as, kind of banding together and that unity piece and doing for self. Man, and so I guess there's a lot to unpack with this, but from the business aspect, we kind of talked to Brother Qasim about it, but there is that part of it, because the reality is, in order to do the things yourself, you got to make it happen. So, what is your thoughts behind how you all are approaching the work that you're doing, the businesses, and how do you navigate through all that?
It's hard, and finding good employees can be hard. The younger generation, and I know he talked about this, but they need men. They need men to teach them. They need men to lead them. They need men. And even when it's just what you put on or appearance, just mindset in general, they need more men to volunteer to, and I'm talking 21 and up, not even just the babies, but we need something for the older boys as well. Because their work ethic is not okay. Not okay.
Is there an aspect of training, work ethic, that type of thing in the jobs that you guys do, or is it more of the nature of the business is turnover? You guys, if they don't work out, then you got to move on to the next.
No, there's a lot of coaching and retraining, and it's not suspension. Get it together. Maybe we can try this again. But yeah, sometimes it is. And if you need something, speak. The communication piece as well. The generation does not know how to communicate. And that's a problem. If you're not going to be there, don't text me. Call me. Just things like that. That text message is crap. It is crap. It is crap. It is crap. Because it gives you an easy way out. So I think that's something that needs to be taught as well. Learn how to use your mouth and your phone and call someone, because I might not read my text message. I don't have my phone sitting by me 24 hours a day to know if you're going to call or not, or you're going to text me to say you're not going to make it. My phone rings louder when you call.
Right.
So it's
I
not it's teaching.
You got to do it. You got to do a lot of teaching. Yeah, I definitely
Mhm.
find that in anything that I'm doing, there's got to be a training aspect for it when it comes to training anybody really. But
Mhm.
because if if I'm working with young black men, especially, then it feels even more of an obligation for me to try to do something about coaching along the way and giving them the game. Say you need to know all this, so you can compete. And because I'm the age I am, I often think about that too. I think of people my age have a little built-in phone and text etiquette that we learned from before phones existed.
Mhm.
And it's something that I think they call it soft skills out here, is one of the
Mhm,
things
mhm.
they
Yeah.
teach young folks all the time. It's really interesting. So I feel for you on that. But I will say this: I actually um, procured the services of strong back movers this year, and
Mhm.
you guys was on it. I think I talked to you on the phone, and you had a crew out.
You did.
Crew
Mhm.
did an awesome job. They was out there fast. They did their thing, and
Yeah, we were number one on Porch Moving Group for Nebraska. Yes,
number
number
one.
one.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All
That's
right.
what's up.
Hey.
That's what's up.
Yep. Yeah.
I know the struggles of hiring, but I also see you guys.
Mm-hmm.
I asked that question because I already knew that you guys have to be doing some coaching. There's no way that you're working with young folks and then doing
Mm-hmm.
stuff like the survival club and everything else that you're doing and not incorporate some of the instruction with everything that's happening too. So I applaud you for doing that because it's twice the work. Definitely twice the work.
Mm-hmm. I'm the
So
mother hen.
And I'm
I'm
kind of
the
picking
mother
that
hen.
up. Like I'm formulating questions, and they all seem to kind of surround that,
Mm-hmm.
surround that feeling and that vibe. And I am curious to hear from you. I mean, we've had several conversations with men that are connected to the BAA senators, Ron McKinney, Brother Qasim, Brother
Mm-hmm.
Shabazz, and I'm curious from your perspective as a mother who came into the situation. What are you seeing that these young fellas are missing and needing the most? Yeah, it's one thing to say they need men, but is it what's missing and what are they going through that people don't really know about?
They need moms. They need active parents, whether it's
Mm,
a man or a woman, because each role
mm,
is something different.
right, right.
Um, Parent participation is something that we're pushing for, uh, especially with the Urban Survival Club. We need the parents to be a part of it. Um, we have in the past done a weekly check-in in the middle of the week. So we're starting a book club up again,
mhm.
and that gives us a chance in the middle of the week to do a Zoom meeting and just sit down and talk to the boys and see how their week is going. With that, you learn a lot. You build the
Mhm.
rapport with the kids, and it is who's being bullied, or who needs what. So that is something that I've learned, just that communication piece. And I know there might be a picture on Facebook and you guys might have put it up. There's a round table, or they're sitting in a circle, and that's one of the
Mhm.
main things that we do every week that we meet. We do our oath when we come in. They do push-ups, and then they sit down and what has your week been like? Is there anything we need? Just to make sure that they know that we are there for them. Um, Parents, I think, need to do better with communicating with us as well if there's a need. We do, if a kid needs school clothes or if there's food, we have the means to do. There you go. They have the means to do it. So there's no need for someone to struggle. We're there to help. Home visits. If your child needs us to come to the house, or you need us to come to the house, we're there. Um, I just think it's a lot about communication
Does
and parent participation.
is it more the kids interested in these programs and they come to you guys, or is it the parents that want them in these programs and they just kind of handing them off sometimes? Or like, what's the reason why
I
there's
think it's
the
both.
kids are there? Hmm.
Mm,
I think it's a little bit of both. But once the kids get involved, they enjoy it. It's not just talking. Like we have basketball on Sunday. It's
mm,
basketball and back. So we'll play and we'll sit down and talk to what does success look like for the school year for you. And those are questions that we ask. What do you need from us? What does it look like for you? And that could mean anything from hygiene, getting up in the morning, making sure you brush your teeth, wash your face, to, do you need assistance with your homework? Do we need to help you get a tutor? Or, what is it that you need? So that is what we're doing on Sunday.
Okay. And this is all survival club stuff. That these are the survival club kids that you're talking about. You do a lot of the mothering
Yes.
with, right? Okay.
No, not just that too. Even security, even the security boys,
Okay.
even the security. I know. I mean, they're the same age as my son. A lot of them are. So, we have a good rapport. And we have the great event center for a contract. And a lot of the kids that have teen parties, and they actually go really, really well. There's no liquor, no vapes, no weed. There's nothing. They can't bring anything in. So we stand at the door. We're doing searches. And a lot of the kids know my kids. I have a daughter that's 18, or no, she's 19 now. And my oldest is 22. And so they know them and they respect me for their mom. Oh, that's Isaiah and Naya's mom.
Right.
I don't have the issue. I've never had to pepper spray when I'm down there. I don't have to do anything because it's respect. And so I think that's where the mothering side comes in as well.
That's what's up.
Man, that's a beautiful thing. And it really goes right into the conversations that we've been having here on the show as far as community policing. That's what I'm hearing, and in the village, and yes, there's the men, that aspect that we're talking about, but Mama Bear got that protective instinct as well. So I am kind of curious to hear from your perspective specifically about the community policing part, and I don't know how much of the
I'm ready.
conversation we've been having. Even okay. So yeah, go ahead. What are your thoughts on that? What does that look like to you?
We've talked about it. I want to do the domestic violence part of it because I've been in a domestic violence situation, and I listen to the men speak, and they don't know what they're talking about when it comes to domestic violence and how to handle certain situations, or from a woman's perspective, how it feels, or why does she stay, or why does she go back? There's so many different things that come into it. So that's the part that I'm looking forward to, and just helping women in general come out of it. And it's a process. It's a very, very, very long process, but you can do it. You can do it.
Yeah.
So just having a line, or even if it's everybody has a certain time that they're on the blocks, the hot blocks, that we're there to let them know that we're not doing this anymore. We have enough men in the community that aren't scared to say, "Hey, we're not standing for this." So move around.
Right. And you call
it could be possible.
And you're able to, you have that you have them at arm's length, or you're able to call them when things are happening. So it's not just the group that you guys are with, but it's the whole community that have come together, and you have access to. And how much is that part of your week? How many times you got to call folks, be like, "Hey, come help me with this situation"?
It's not because I don't think it's out there yet. I don't think a lot of the community know that it's available, or when it drops as a whole. But there's a 24th Street. We've had a lot of calls to come down to 24th. I've had to stop doing what I'm doing at one location to go down there to make sure they're, it's safe down there because somebody's done something or they've seen something. So it's not a big deal, but I think if we were to launch it right now, it would be very successful because it's needed.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely needed. It seems like that love, that real touch is what's missing. Maybe what's been missing, and I do appreciate. Man, I really, really appreciate your response as far as the domestic violence aspect of community policing, because this is the conversation that we've been having, and that's an aspect that really hasn't been elevated or talked about. But you look at some of the incidents that have happened in the community recently, some of the most shocking, right, some of the most devastating and just tragic situations are domestic. Even situations that lead to standoffs and police involved shootings that kind of tend from domestic situations. So Man, that's a huge portion. I appreciate that perspective. Um,
And one of the things I want to add to that too is one of the reasons I feel like the police are still kind of on that tip where they're like, well, this is domestic. We're not really touching that too much until something goes horribly wrong. So for
mm,
what I'm seeing is you guys have a connection to the community, which is what we're always talking about. It's hard for people that are outside the community to come in and police and regulate. But since you have that connection to the community, they can call you. So I'm seeing down the line. Is this a situation where you guys are moving into this direction where the people can call you guys and you guys can come out kind of like how the police get called and come out? Because when I'm thinking about community policing, that's what it looks like to me. It looks like that we have a group of folks, X Watch, you guys,
That's what I'm talking about. X Watch. We're part of the
that's who
X
you talking
Watch.
about?
mm.
That's
Okay.
yep. hmm
Cool. Okay. So I didn't know how that was connected. I appreciate you let me know that. That's what
Yep.
I'm talking about. I'm thinking about X Watch, like I think about like the guardian angels out in New York back in the day. Like they're
Mm.
not the police,
hmm
but you can call them and they will come through for situations. So
Yep.
is that is the goal of you guys, is to build upon that and get enough folks out there in order for it to be that stopgap between the people and the police? Is that the thought?
Yes. hmm Yep. I'm excited. I'm excited.
Yeah.
That is exciting.
It is because again it's teamwork making the dream work in real time, and this is all the things we've been talking about as far as again doing for self. Is one thing to
hmm
complain about police brutality, and it's worth the fight, but it's another thing to call for police reform and trying to change the police and battle this whole institution, and then it's another thing to just go out and do your own and figure out how to
Yeah.
secure your own communities and how to do it for self. I mean, that's the point. And again, I really don't know of any other entity that's actualizing that, that's um, modeling that more or better than the BAA.
hmm
Yeah, for real.
Yep. We are trying, and we still going to be some police aspect to it
Right, right,
because there's some stuff we can't do.
right.
But if we're there first, and we can at least put that line between them to make sure nobody is getting shot unnecessarily, nothing is happening
hmm
necessarily, and we're there and we've calmed it down. And if someone needs to go to jail, cool. But we're not about to do it the way
hmm
you've been doing it.
Right. Man, that's power. That's power. And again, it's on
hmm
so many levels because think about to the domestic violence aspect of it is not just policing and stopping potentially violent incidents, but it's also repairing and healing the family unit, which is whole nother
Yes.
conversation. It's a whole nother conversation.
hmm
But it's a very profound step in trying to build the village and build what it is that we're trying to build. So a beautiful thing. I do want to pivot into some of the business aspect to set up for the rest of this show as far as
Okay.
ecosystems and business. But Paul, did you have any other questions? Anything jumping out from the chat?
That's what I was wondering there too. Well, one thing brother Ariel's 402 said, question: does strong back movers require a clean urinalysis for employment? You trying to get a job, brother?
Call me.
He said,
Call me. 531-221-5519.
There you go.
like be a
Get
little
your
cloudy, it sound like. So okay, right on. But yeah, I did want to pivot in there too because I'm still trying to get a grasp on your day, because you're running like 4 businesses,
man.
And I
X
work.
Watch, you can call, and you got a regular
Like
job
I
too.
have a part-time regular job. It's work
Mm.
from home, so that helps a lot.
hmm
Um, I just multitask, and I'm up late.
That part.
And then we
Okay, so
got the
sacrificing
Oakview
some sleep.
contract. Yep, we got the Oakview contract. So
Hmm.
we have a couple of guards out at Oakview, and I had to go do a
Mm.
training and I'm doing SOPs. I'm doing all type of stuff for them. I built apps, so I made them an app.
Mm.
And so it's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot.
Boy,
But I
brother
know when to shut
Qasim,
it down.
That part.
I do know when
That
I'm
plays a part.
learning my boundaries. I am learning my boundaries. Like, don't call me.
Okay.
If it's not important, I'm not answering my phone. If it's important, to send a text like it's important, leave a message and I'll get back to you. But you have to set boundaries because in the beginning I did not have them,
Yeah,
and it wore me
burnout is
out.
a real thing.
I did too. Everybody got my number, and that was a mistake.
Hmm.
I get that. Well, I'm glad that you're doing that. I'm glad you're finding boundaries. I do want to talk, buddy, jump into the logistics of the business, because that's kind of what I was thinking about too. And I still want to, you work a lot of hours, late nights, but
Hmm.
you kind of on call a lot of times too. I can imagine the SOPs and the apps help, and
Hmm.
the team helps. Who's your I feel like you the backbone of the team, but who's the rest of the team that's you can
Man, you got
call?
some ribs, you got a shoulder somewhere.
I could not do this without my kids.
Mm,
My
Mm.
oldest, Isaiah, and Qasim mentioned him in the last podcast. Isaiah is, and his girlfriend, Savvy. My daughter, Anaya, they all do security.
mm,
Isaiah moves as well. But if I need
Mm.
something at home, they're there.
okay.
Like I need some receipts uploaded, or whatever the case may be, I need some help. They are my backbone.
Wow.
Couldn't do it without
Man,
them.
That's a beautiful thing. I love it. I love it. It's the family.
it is,
Hmm.
and it kind of makes me think. There's this adage out there that you don't work with family, and you know what I mean. Like, don't work with family. But if you really think about
Uh,
these
it,
brands, I mean, you look at the Walmarts, you know what I mean, like the
hmm.
Waltons, and I mean, families are, look at Trump's. I mean, for call it what it is, but the Trump family staying together, and they get into the Billies. Just call it
It
what
can
it
be
is.
hard. It can be hard because they're my kids,
Mm-hmm.
and so that it's that line of when am I your mom or when am I your supervisor, and so we've had to go back and forth about it a couple of times, but we're there, um, and everybody's got the same understanding, and we do it.
Man,
We at the
go back.
event center on the weekends, and I'm just searching purses, and Savvy is doing pat downs, and I'm doing my round. Isaiah's doing pat downs. I mean, it works. They're
Man,
trained. I
real
trust
talk.
them. Um, and I think that's where it comes to that level of trust
Mm.
that because some people aren't ready. I have a couple of the kids that I raised that have been with me for years. They call me mom. Oh, you can't work with me. No, you tried it. We're done. I'm not doing it. Can't do it.
Yeah.
Man, I
That's a
mean, nothing
big
wrong with a
that's a
little
big
tough
le-
love.
that's a big lesson. That's a big lesson to have to learn, because you want to be able to
Hmm.
work with everybody, and you feel like you can train somebody and so on. But sometimes they just think they bag.
Oh,
I worked security for about 12 years in LA when back in the day, and so I just got a little bit of an understanding about, like, when you talk about trust, you talk about working with the people that you trust that are trained. I know
hmm.
what you mean. I can feel that, and you're also, so you having your family having your back there. And what about and the other people? You said that you've trained and raised other folks, and are they involved as well in some of the ones that can work
Some of
with you?
them,
Mm-hmm.
and they're great. And then my nephews. It's a family. We're raising a family. We have a family business. The community is involved. We have a lot of people from the community that work for us. But if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Some things are just not meant for some people. And
Mm,
it's not that you can't work one place. Maybe if you're not good at security, maybe you can be a mover. We can see if you're better somewhere else. Maybe you can't do this. Well, your strength is something else. We just try to find them something else to do.
Yeah,
And that's what you need to
there's
pay
that.
attention to is strengths. My son can't be in a slow. Isaiah cannot work in a slow environment.
mm,
He did Mandela, and I said, "You will never work here again." But he also had to grow. He grew, and then he came back to Mandela and was fine.
Mm.
But it's just you. Yeah, some people, you have to take that. You have to pay attention to see if their strength is something, and if it's not, let it go.
yeah.
It's all in good leadership. It's all in good
Hmm.
leadership, which I'm definitely seeing being displayed. So it goes a long way. Man, a lot of gems like that trust aspect of it. And you kind of answered my next question because as I'm looking around nationally, we see the last several months employment numbers going down. But if I remember correctly,
Hmm.
our brother Kasim says not just Sentinel Force, but strong back movers and all the other things that you're doing are growing. So I am kind of curious, like, are some of those things that you're talking about, the trust and the familial relationship, those bonds, is that how you're growing, or is there something else to it?
Qasim is more willing to give anybody a chance than I am.
Okay.
So I think that could be part of it.
Mm.
Because some people, again, they just might need, they need help. They need to make some money, which is fine. But that doesn't necessarily mean we need to put them in these positions in my eyes. But it's working. So I can't say anything. I can step back and say, hey, he might be right. Got to give a little bit more, give it a chance. But because we're willing to give people chances, I think that's part of it. And some of them have worked and some of them have not worked. Like with the moving, you really have to be careful in who you hire because you're taking them in people's houses. My main job, I work for a background check company. So I run background checks and do that type of stuff. You can't have a thief,
Right.
into someone's home.
Right.
So we have to be very careful as far as that's concerned. And just be, can they really live something? He's having to pay claims because people aren't paying attention to what they're doing. You have to pay attention to detail. So that is something we have to make sure we're paying attention to when we hire. It's a process. It's a learning curve. So yeah, we'll give people a chance, but we have to pay attention.
You guys definitely have a couple of different management styles, I'm sure too. So, somebody, yeah, Qasim can.
That's what he gets hung up on.
Right. Getting a different kind of pressure on somebody. He said you over there rolling. That's funny. No, I appreciate you sitting on the hot seat with us here, and I know that we agreed upon about 5:15. You jumping off, but this is too good. If you can give us
good. It's good.
a minute or two, I appreciate you.
Yep.
I was trying to look in the chat and see what's going on here. Ariel's 402 is saying, are there any houses in the neighborhood designated as safe resource houses in the neighborhood? Which neighborhood you talking about? Which neighborhood you talking
that's
about?
A good question.
Yeah. And also, so my question about it's still kind of in the business realm. What kind of support have you guys gotten for being a for-profit company? Do you guys feel like the city works with your business? Are there resources out here? Have you benefited from any of the resources that are here for funding? Any of those types of things? I know you guys are building this thing from the ground up, but are you working with partnership with other people?
I have not looked into any funding. I have taken some classes. What is the name of the financial course? I cannot think of it. So that helped me out. Hayes and Associates. I did take that class. Graduated from there.
I was in the class with you, if you remember. I don't know if you remember that.
Yeah, you were. How did you like it?
I didn't finish, so I'll tell you when.
I finished. I mean, it taught a lot of basics. It was okay. That was good. I graduated from there. And then the POC Collaborative, I will start that on September 1st.
I just did that.
Is that good?
It was great.
Did you finish it?
I did.
Okay, so that's good.
that part.
No.
That part.
I missed the last day, but I did finish it. Yeah.
Okay.
Hey,
so then I'll start that. I'm excited for that. Just to learn different things. This is new to me too. Him and I both have just came into this and learned and trial and error and keep it moving.
That's a good thing to know about the trial and error part. You know how our city is, so of course we've heard people get on there, start complaining about this and that, and we've been taking things too far. We not if it bleeds it leads type of news organization over here, so people didn't ignore most of that stuff most of the time. But I'm sure just you mentioning that it's your trial by fire that you guys are doing here. What's some of the biggest obstacles you've had besides? I mean, I know they probably got to do with people, but what's some of the biggest problems that you've had in your learning process?
For me personally, it's contracts. just learning the contract part of it, or like the MOU part of it. And even like I learned something the other day. I'm like, oh, I got to add this, or, just making sure that stuff is together. I think that is my biggest. And then working with someone that has a different learning style than you do, or a different way of doing things. You have to meet in the middle. And he's hung up on me. Don't get it twisted. He has hung up on me too. So we bump heads, but it all works in the end. So just coming back and sitting down and say, okay, this is what you're saying, this is what I'm saying. How do we meet in the middle? And it works. So yeah, that is, I think, making sure that your business partner is somebody that you can deal with. Because before I started working with him, I had people be like, oh, good luck. You're not me. Don't do that. You're not me. And I'm like, I wonder, what they're talking about. But again, everybody is not for everybody. And I think we are the dynamic duo, and we're going to go far and continue to grow.
We've already gone far. Love it.
Right. There you go. So in that spirit, kind of wonder, how can we help? Where are the gaps that can be filled by the people?
If you know of any funding sources, send them to me.
Okay.
Because I don't have time to look right now. Like, I'm strapped for time to try to look for grants, anything. So that would be great. Like, we have the sponsorship for the Urban Survival Club. I'm just trying to get that sponsored. We did get a couple grants. I did. I wrote grants. My first grants were for the Urban Survival Club, and we got 2. So
nice.
I want to keep doing that. The boys deserve it. They enjoy it. They're getting so much out of it. So if anybody knows of any grants to send my way that I can get taken care of, to get some more money coming in, because we're not getting paid for what we do. This money is going to the boys and the programming. I would love to be doing that full time. I love it. But to get to that point, we got to have more funding coming in.
That's right. I don't know. You look like you're doing pretty good now at the resort.
Yes.
Right in the background.
I love it.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
No, that's good to know. I've been wondering that. So we have gone through back and forth when we were doing Mind and Soul back in the day at Malcolm X Memorial Foundation. That's a nonprofit organization, and we were running the radio station with nonprofit dollars and had to raise dollars for that and all that. It was such a nightmare for us. We said we're going for profit for First Sky.
Yeah.
And so I was excited to see that the businesses that are running. I'm hoping that we keep on pushing and giving you guys more business, so that you guys can take some of those funds and then work your programs like the Survival Club. And it seems to be a good model. But you're right. You probably need more funds. We definitely a lot of what I'm sitting here thinking right now. We work with our grant writer is also a consultant and can help you with a whole bunch of stuff. We can definitely we got some consulting services with First Sky now with our new team. So we'll put you on that, and then and be looking out for some of the resources to help raise funds, like we always are anyway, for the boys. So that's awesome. I would also like. Oh, go ahead.
I want to tell you guys what we got coming up for the boys.
Okay.
It is an entrepreneurship program.
Hey.
So for the next 12 weeks, they will be learning how to start a business from beginning to end, start to finish. And then we're going to have a pitch deck for the community, so that at the end we'll see, who wins the pitch deck, and they'll get money for it. But we're going to bring the community out, have vendor booths available, and just do it big for the boys. I'm really excited about this. They are excited about it. We want to show them it's doable, but they need to learn the process to do it. So is this going to be profitable for you, or is this just, they have to learn every aspect of building the business, to business plans, to all of it? We've got a program ready for them. We start next week.
That's huge.
So that is really exciting, and that's what I really need to push some money for and some sponsorships and get that going.
Yes, sir.
Shoot us any of the flyers or whatever you guys got so we can promote that
I will.
and really push
Okay.
that out.
Yep, will
Qasim and I
do.
talked. Qasim and I talked before about when it was the flag football. You know, we were talking about maybe doing a flag football team, First Sky Omaha team, or something like that. So
Mhm.
we're still
Mhm.
down to we're just still down to work on any kind of like sponsorship type of situation and
That'll be fun.
help the boys.
Yep.
And another thing we talked about too was if any of your survival club kids are leaning towards this media side where we have a little bit of expertise, he said send them our way because we would love to put them through content creator camp and all that stuff that we got going on.
Yeah.
And I need you to be at our. We want everybody in the community, businesses, Black businesses, to come and speak to the boys during this entrepreneurship. So can you
Okay.
come and speak to them about it? I'll
Absolutely.
get you times and everything like that. But yeah, we want them to see every different aspect of what we do in the
Man,
community, and they can do it too.
man, that's huge. That's huge, especially now when we see again employment numbers going down. They trying to replace us with
Mhm.
AI. It's the perfect time to go out, start your own thing.
Mhm. Yeah.
You guys are seriously inspiring to me on all the levels. BAA was already inspiring enough for the stuff,
Man,
the work that you guys
Thank
were
you.
doing
Thank
over
you.
there. And then Survival Club happened, and we're just like, they're taking boys
they
out
got it.
fishing and stuff. Like, man, it was dope.
Mhm.
They
Flag
got it.
football too.
Yeah.
Flag football too. And so to see these businesses sprout up, which is really has sprouted up over the last year or two, right? They're pretty brand
Yep.
new businesses, and you guys are already number one with the moving company.
Mhm.
Impressive.
We are
Impressive. Appreciate it.
very proud. I'm very proud of Qasim. I will say that. Him and I go back and forth about which side of the business is harder, the back end. If he to do a move, oh, I was outside for 6 hours and putting couches on my mic, and I was making sure we paid all the bills, so you could do that. You know, which I don't know which one is harder. So yeah, that's we go back and forth about it. We go back and
Hey,
forth.
teamwork makes the dream work. One hand washes the other.
Yep,
There you go.
correct, 100%.
As much as he complaining, he don't want to switch. I can tell you that.
He does not.
Me and,
Mm-mm.
me
And
and him a lot.
I said, I asked him, I can do anything I put my mind to. Not you and Amari, not you and somebody else. Can you?
Him and I
You do
are
it by
similar.
yourself.
We're similar in that way, and when that paperwork starts to fire up, I'm sitting over here hating
Mhm.
life. Like I'd rather be with a couch on my back at
Mhm.
that point. So,
Man,
Yep.
so it sounds like you guys
Mhm.
got the proper team up, and sounds like you got a lot of skills. I
Yep.
didn't get a really chance to ask you about like your back, like where you learn how to build apps and stuff. Like, where's your management background? How did
I
you get
just
into this?
I graduated. My background is criminal justice.
Mm.
And then I just start tinkering with stuff.
Mhm.
Sites for Urban Survival Club, Omaha Sentinel Forest. I built those, and I'm not saying I'm a tech by any means, but I can do it.
just figuring
I
it
can
out.
do it. I can do the
Yes, you can.
basics. Yep. So that's what I do. I figure it out. I have no
There you
background in
go.
it at all.
So I see why Qasim hiding you. You found the one, bro. I'm looking for another you around here. Appreciate you.
Man, a couple of 'em.
I appreciate you. Yeah, thank you so much for joining us today.
You're welcome.
He said, "Oh, God, I
I'm
ain't
glad.
switching."
I got to come back on again.
Come through.
Yeah,
Come
we
through.
would
We,
love
you
for
know,
you.
we're not too bad. We're not too bad.
Mhm.
We would love
Thank
for
you
you
for
to come
having
back
me. I appreciate it.
anytime.
All right, that's good.
And I can't wait to deepen the partnership between us as well. I really appreciate you.
Yep.
All the work you're doing
All right.
for sure.
All right. Have a good night, guys.
You too. Thank you.
Peace.
Thanks.
Uh-oh. Right on. Okay.
Man,
Can't believe we had Erin Forte on. That's what's up.
hey, we did it. We did it. Man.
Oh. Appreciate you guys coming on. I appreciate the questions and the respect for the guests. Thank you very much. We'll definitely we had some little internet issues there, but that's our show. That's par for the course.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
There you go. We'll definitely talk about it. Appreciate everybody who's throwing out some suggestions. Tony Johnson says turn back tax might be an option. Definitely. We did a turn back tax ourselves, and that was definitely one of the ones that I was proud of being a part of because of who's behind it and
Man.
all that, and it just felt so much more like a community. Like, yeah, we doing something for the community with this grant in a big way. So, yeah, still working on that as a matter of fact, and that's why I'd love to partner with you guys, brother Qasim. And, any kids you got that's leaning towards the direction of journalism, writing, media, video work, that type of stuff. If they might be into sports, they might be into other things, but they might be into this stuff too. So we'll be talking to you about it for real. We appreciate you.
Send them through.
Much love. Stacey Jean says, thanks for all you do, Erin. Man, it's really interesting when you get to talk to the behind the scenes. The person is really, you see a person like really grinding behind the scenes, and you get to speak to that person, and you really realize that, me and Buddy, we can attest to it. You don't find the right partner. You don't find the right partner. You don't become the dynamic duo. You in real trouble trying to do some business around here. So,
man,
I appreciate y'all too, for real. You and Qasim, big time.
For sure.
He said, I love the Erin Forte hashtag. That's what's up. I appreciate that. Hey, we'll take a quick break and we'll jump back in. It's already 5:30 right now. If you believe in the concept of time and you live in Omaha, Nebraska, got about another half hour in the show. We'll definitely jump on it and get to it. In the meantime, between time, stay tuned. First Sky Omaha in the morning.
In the morning. You got me. In the evening. Hey, you got me.
We'll be right back, y'all. Stay tuned. Welcome back. First Sky Omaha in the evening.
In the evening.
You was trying to take a little nap in between that break there.
Nah, man, I'm reading this article, man, shaking my head at these shenanigans, man. Getting ready for the next one, man.
Man, I'm trying to have a Love Supreme Friday. We got more shenanigans.
Yeah, man. I mean, we can take it on the Love Supreme tip, man. This is the last 30 minutes of the show. Well, big shout out to Erin Forte. I enjoyed that conversation.
I did too, man. And I forgot to mention this early on too, because we only got limited time. But shout out to our partners over at OEAAs. Voting is happening now, right this minute. So definitely check this out. You can vote all the way up until August 31st. This is the time. Don't let your favorite artist get passed by. They need your representation. So go to the OEAA website and absolutely get your vote on. We appreciate everybody who has done it so far. And we're going to keep on pushing this until it's time. So shout out to all the work that they're doing at OEAAs. Really makes a difference when you can kind of nominate and vote on your favorite artist, whatever category that is, in music and so on and so forth. So it really makes a difference in a city to have an award show and really be able to give people their flowers while they're still around and boost them to the next level. That's really what this is about. They can say they won a OEAA award, then put that on their resume, and that helps them get more music jobs and other jobs in the future. Sound men, all the things that they give awards for at the OEAAs. I definitely think that it's a very important thing that we have in our community. I can't stress it enough. We really ought to support it more. So please do that and get ready for the show that's coming, and get ready to buy tickets for that. To see the winners and so on and so forth. But here's how to be a part of it now. There's some instructions over there on the website. Definitely go check it out. You can vote, and it'll tell you how the whole situation works, how the votes get counted, and all those things. We'll have somebody on the show to talk about that a little bit more as we go too. So OEAAs is happening. Gotta get down there. And as you were saying, buddy, it's like the season for the gala around here in a big way. As a matter of fact, the African American Leadership Awards is coming up This is actually happening tomorrow. So if you haven't got your tickets yet, then you better hurry up. It's going to be at the Hilton, 6 p.m. This is a very important award show as well. The 2026 African American Leadership Awards, rooted in legacy, rising in power. Shout out to Urban League. I think Urban League is the one behind this. There's a QR code there. We'll put that on the Friends of First Sky Omaha site, or you can just look up African American Leadership Awards. It'll come right up and be a part of what's going on there. If you're not already with the tickets, go ahead and get that and come on through. I believe Brenda Council is going to be Master of Ceremonies. Shout out to Brenda Council. That'll be great. Also, I just want to give a shout out to the Union for Contemporary Art, Shirley Tyree Theater. This is the last weekend you can check out Fry Daddies. It's been running for this past couple weeks, and everybody's telling me that the show's off the hook. These guys are getting real good, and the last weekend to me is always the best weekend to see it because they're sitting nice into their characters and their lines, and they've been doing them in front of an audience for a while, and you get to see some really great performances on the last weekend of any show like that. And I heard these guys was good from the start. So
yeah, man.
if you haven't had a chance to check them out, 23rd, I believe, is the last show. So it's tonight and tomorrow. And I believe Sunday during earlier, I think the Sunday show is an earlier show, but you can check out with them and see what's happening at the Shirley Tyree Theater. Shout out to the Union. Don't go support, man. We got a theater right here on the Deuce. So definitely go support.
Top of the line.
Top of the line. Also, man, shout out to our brothers over there at Black Power. Yeah, man.
Come on, man.
We talk about this all the time in our community. We can't just hire folks, bro. We got to have some school. We got to have some mentorship. We got to give them the game. We got to do some coaching along with it. It's we grew up in a world where you don't cut the job, you just cut, and we go on to hire somebody else. But not in our community. We can't do that in our community. In our community, we have to understand that we're going to have to train and mentor and empower people that we hire. And we have to help cut them some slack, help build them up, give them the skills. It's really interesting in our community. They got that saying, each one teach one. Well, when you think about it, it's hard for a lot of people to be a teacher. Everybody can't be a teacher. But in our community, we got to learn how to teach. Mm-hmm. We got to learn how to teach if we don't know how. We got to figure out how to get that done, get the job done, and teach along the way. So shout out to Black Power Electric for doing this BPR, this Black Power training they're doing, and building brighter futures. He's going to train, mentor, empower, hands-on training, mentor, and guidance, real skills, real opportunities, giving your youth a second chance through electrical trade. There's nothing like the electrical trade. I'm gonna tell you that right now. I don't care what's going on. AI is not going to be able to wire your house. Learn the trade. Get busy with it. Because as you can see, that is always something you can make money on as well. I ran into this brother. I told him we need to have him on the show so he can talk about this company that he runs. Because it's really interesting how this young brother is running this company, and he got a lot of good things to say about trades and how much money you can make with trades. And he's already at the point where he's being able to train and mentor folks now. So.
Don't sleep. That's one of the things AI ain't taking over right now is trade. So definitely big shout out to that brother. Shout out to RG also in the chat, kind of give us a little anecdote about the situation. He says that young man running Black Power redevelopers has come a long way in 5 years. He says, when I first bought this house, I had him over for an estimate. He was a one-man crew. Now he's got a team. So
there you go.
Yeah, shout out to brother RG for, first of all, spending what you own and letting us know. Brother's been growing, man.
There you go. Shout out to Miss Erica Felt, too, who also hired him. She said he's a small crew then, too. She had a couple suggestions for him, but we're going to keep on working with him while he gets it up and running and really get things moving. And that's how you do it. Love it. Wanda Lewis gives us a good evening. Appreciate you. Also, RG says, you just said that one. Appreciate you, RG. Yeah, now he's got a team, and now he's not just got a team, but he's working on showing some young people some things as well. So, seriously,
that's what it's about. Hopefully, he can team up. I just we kind of talked about it on Monday towards the end of the show. Also highlighted in today's newsletter. But MCC just teamed up with DCYC to train those young folk coming out of incarceration and coming out of the criminal justice system, to team them up and train them with some trades and things like that. So hopefully the brother can get involved with some of those things as well, man. Those on the fringes, those at risk, getting those skills, because again, it goes a long, long way, man. That labor work. Hey, don't look down on it. Don't look down on it. Get that bag.
That's the only bag you can get these days, almost, bro.
Man, pretty much.
Pretty
Unless
much.
you're doing it for yourself. And really, to that point, that's kind of how I wanted to end the show. I'll condense it just in the respect of time. But earlier I mentioned what's going on in the Midwest, what's going on in Indiana, what's going on in Ohio. Speaking of electric workers and the need for trade workers, and maybe they need to send some of them trainees and some of that team up there to Gary, Indiana, to help the brothers and sisters out there in Gary, because they need all the help that they can get. And some of the reports that I'm hearing as far as fighting over, generators and long gas lines, and just really have people having to throw away spoiled food. How are people getting food? How are people really surviving without teamwork? How are people really surviving without community? Which again brings me back to what Sister Carol Warner was saying earlier, as far as regardless of where you stand on the glove situation, regardless of whether or not you support identity prep. If you don't, what's wrong with you? But regardless of where you stand, I hope we all know that we're stronger together. And again, in the event that what's happening in Gary, Indiana, what's happening in Ohio, who are just rocked by tornadoes, can very well happen in Omaha. As far as what if we get hit with some flooding, which has happened before, as far as flooding in the downtown Riverside area. But again, are we prepared? Are we prepared to really survive? Are we prepared to really lean on each other? Are we prepared to really, going back to what Erin Forte said, trust each other? Because I see a lot of the comments and some of the rips and some of the back and forth that are going on social media, and just some of the energy that exists in the community. And do we trust each other enough to get done what it is that we're trying to get done? Without that human element, nothing's going to get done.
So real.
We could talk all day. No praxis is going to happen.
So real. And like Stacey Jean said, disasters can happen everywhere. And sometimes I feel like we go on about our business as if nothing's gonna happen. As if there ain't gonna be no disaster, or there ain't gonna, or somebody ain't gonna be mistreated, or we not gonna get old, or we go around, we go about life as if none of this stuff is gonna happen. We don't prepare for it. We try to treat people who do prepare for it like they whack jobs and crazy. When we talk about teamwork, there's some. It's not just you believe this, I believe that. All right, cool. Let's hang out, have a beer. It's all right. Well, then we got to get down to some action in together on it. That's what it's all about, as far as I'm concerned. This situation out here, the survival mode that they're in Indiana right now. Buddy, you told me earlier before the show, they over here fighting over generators and stuff out here.
And it does not look like it's going to get any easier. Per the reports, it looks like mostly the predominantly black neighborhoods like Gary, Indiana, won't be getting the power until mid-September. So again, what would you do without weeks of power? And not just like your block doesn't have power, so you can go to your grandma's house. Like the whole county does not have power. The whole county.
What you doing with your grandma at that point?
Right.
So of course, a lot of times we're economically challenged sometimes in our communities, and we don't have the money to do a lot of buying of the extra things like what we like generators and so on. But there's somebody in the family that you guys can team up together and kind of do something and just get ready for whatever's going to happen. I know a good example of my family. My dad, even though he's not even living in town, he hooked us up with some dry goods and some things because he felt like something was getting ready to go down, and he was up at the time, so he was like, hey, let's go ahead and take care of this. My family's been like that. I remember my grandfather being like that as well, having some secondary matrix ready just in case we had to hop somewhere, jump somewhere, do something. And even just having the conversation, something goes down, can I go crash at yours? Yep. We got you ready over here for that. No problem. And everything, just like getting ready, acting like something's gonna happen. And you can't do it. It's when we talk about teamwork, making the dream work, it's almost like teamwork creates the survival before we can even get to the dream part. Teamwork makes the survival and then the dream work. So
that part. That part.
Got to do it. Tony Johnson talking about I'll fit your home emergency kit, solar panel, and battery. What you got in the back? What you got in your trunk?
Man,
I came out here. I was so scared of the doggone snow. I looked at everything and packed the whole trunk with a whole bunch of look.
hey, I just gotta let y'all know. We talk about the book club.
Herbal medicine, natural remedies. There you go. Survive straight up, bro.
You better learn how to start a fire. You better learn how to fish. You better learn how to set a trap. You better learn how to do something. Cause again, 23,000 jobs cut in August, and that's on a trend that has been continuing throughout July and June. Thousands, tens of thousands of jobs being cut every year. What you gonna do if you can't work? And then not to talk about, the Attorney General of Nebraska just sued Omaha or threatened to sue Omaha over this minimum wage stuff. So, hey, you barely getting paid minimum wage on the job that you barely get. How you gonna eat? What are we really gonna do? Got to rely on each other.
We do. You're absolutely right. I know that's a whole side topic. It's almost a whole show. We should have a whole survival show.
Yeah.
Team up with the BAA and talk about the Survival Club show or something like that, because it goes down. Wanda Lewis says, when the city was without power for 3 or 4 days, we all came together to feed the people who needed it. Remember that did happen a little while back. The power was out on the north side for a week. That power that's coming up from Texas.
Man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And you got to kind of figure out what you're going to do, where you're going to go, how you're going to do what you're doing, putting some money aside and so on and everything. Also, I'm thinking about the situation with Kimmer, because Kimmer Snipes is ED of One Omaha, and One Omaha is really, and you know her, she's all about the neighborhoods. That's what One Omaha is about. She's a part of the neighborhood association. She's been touting neighborhoods forever, and for what? Just so we can get together and complain about the politicians? No, she wants you to get with your neighbors so that y'all can be safe if something goes down. Like, you need to know your neighbors. You need to team up with your neighbors. You guys take care of each other's houses, properties, places that they stay, kids that are walking down the street. Keep an eye on their kids. Like, all the things that neighborhoods are supposed to be and you're supposed to do in a neighborhood. She, the things that are going on now, where she's trying to raise money in order to fund an organization that is really all about people in the neighborhoods that way. And so she's definitely going through some things. You can check out the newsletter. I put a little bit of something in there on the newsletter. There's a little bit of call to action that she would like us to do, because there's a amendment out there that's making it so that they're trying to divert some funds to One Omaha and put them somewhere else. And it's hard to be mad at them, because where they're trying to put them is a food bank where they deal with people's food insecurities. And so it's tough, but we need both. We need food insecurity. We need the ability to come together as a neighborhood and shore that part up so that we can kind of take care of each other there too, and help each other with different resources and so on. So you'll read more about that in the newsletter, and we got some stuff in Friends of First Sky on it as well. But just to let you know, she's definitely is looking at some of the things that she needs to do, and some of the things that we can do in order to just question what's going on with that money. It's not a follow the money season, but we still do have to do that as part of it.
Oh yeah.
And it is part of everything that's going on there for that. So we're still about it. We're still trying to help that situation out. We can call the city council folks in order to ask about what this amendment is all about, why One Omaha is not getting those funds. We'll have more. We'll talk more about it on Monday, as a matter of fact, so that we can kind of dig in. And I'll also reach out to her as well. I don't know if you guys been seeing that, but that's one of the things that's been happening on online. With her, she did a live the other day talking about it. We got it on Friends of. So another example of like what's going on here. Why can't this community get together on some things? And is that what's happening, or is it that simple? Is there more to it? Because when it's all said and done, sometimes it feels like city can have us scrapping over resources.
Man,
sometimes it feels like that. May not be the case, but sometimes it feels like that.
It does feel like that. It does feel like that. And kind of going back to the whole Insorg situation, there's definitely some infighting and some scrapping over scraps, really, if you want to call it what it is, that can divide the people. and that's again going against what it is that we're trying to do, man. We're definitely all about solidarity, definitely all about bringing the people together to again achieve this dream, man, and make it happen. And self actualization and thriving as a community the way that we all know that we can.
Yeah, most definitely. Yeah, I appreciate everybody who's weighed in on some of the things that are going on. We'll have to continue to talk about that. City council meetings are something we got to keep an eye on. But again, I really feel that we have a wide variety of answers. When I think about what the BAA is doing, who we just talked to Erin Forte about,
Man, killing the game.
Right. There's a wide variety of answers, but as you can see, I mean, she came on and she talked about the need for more funding, the need for help with some of that stuff. It's always a dream to have the community come out and help. I think our community sometimes does a whole lot more arguing and talking than they do praxis, putting money where the mouth is, and so on. And if we can really kind of do that, then that would be great. But yeah, instead of going the route of focusing in on certain negatives, we really got to try to just get to the what do we do about the situation. I always jump into that, and I know that everybody is some people are warning me that that's not always the way to go, but I can't really see no other way. We can sit here and dwell, or we can figure out what to do about a situation and get to taking some action, because it really kind of depends on like what the end result is here. What do we need for our neighborhoods? What do we need as far as resources are concerned? Who has the resources? Can we build our own? We just talked to a woman who's teamed up with Qasim and they're running 3 companies and a couple programs, and it's all funded from our community. This is their model. Is our community big enough? Is our community not beefing with each other enough? How successful can any black business be with if we're waiting on our people to support us? It's almost like a joke. It's almost like, most of the time it's not going to be your people that support you. It's going to be everybody else around that does. But the dream is for that. The dream is not to have your hand out, or not to do something that you don't feel like doing to get the help. The dream is help ourselves. Who's us? Who's ourselves? Who's us? I think this is the reason why we're so adamant about the division. If there's division being caused all the time, then how we ever get to either one of us being helped? I don't get how that works.
Man. And I mean, furthermore, on the Love Supreme tip, the word that comes to mind for me is harmony. It's harmony. How are we getting along as far as where's everything fit? That was another thing that Sister Forte said that really jumped out to me, was placement. Hey, sometimes the horns got to be to the left. You know what I mean? Like sometimes you got to placement so you can really get that crescendo, get that that harmony, getting things coming together. And everybody has a place. Get in where you fit in is kind of a saying I always say. Like everybody has a place, and we figure that out, then things will work. Rather than just fighting over why the right hand ain't being the left hand.
Right. So just necessarily we won't leave off on starting that. We'll have more of a conversation about it on Monday. But Kimber Snipes did do a live, and she talked about this city council resolution that just happened. Basically, there was the mayor's set aside some money in a certain fund, $40,000 for One Omaha, and then there was an amendment by another councilwoman, Councilmember Lavanya Goodwin, put in an amendment there to reappropriate those funds from One Omaha and put them over to food bank for the what is it? Which one is it? Food bank for the
of the Heartland.
Of the Heartland. Thank you. And food bank of the Heartland. There you go. I just saw it on the document there. And again, she's made it. This is not a One Omaha against versus food bank of the Heartland. She feels like both can be true. Both can be true. There's money that food bank of the Heartland receives. They receive funding in order to be able to feed folks. There's also the need for money to go to One Omaha, who does a lot for the neighborhoods, bringing neighborhoods together as far as those things concerned too, and providing resources and things for neighborhoods. They both are true. And she's just wondering why this amendment. Yeah.
Why?
And she wants us to, the call to action is really call your city council person and ask them why. Was there, is One Omaha, was there some reason why One Omaha got singled out? What was the criteria? Did other organizations get looked at as well? Just the regular questions, what is the reason why this amendment came up? And not just Lavanya Goodwin, Councilwoman Lavanya Goodwin, put some respect on her name, not just her who did the amendment, but your city council member, wherever you are in Omaha, because they're the ones that got to vote on this stuff as well. So you can call your city council person and ask these questions too. And if you happen to live where we live, then you can be calling Councilwoman Lavanya Goodwin and asking about this situation. Again, there's so many more solutions and resources and things that we need that I hesitate, because I don't want this to be another thing that divides the community. And that's not how Kimmer approached it at all. She wants to know why this amendment came about. It's a valid question. And also it made it very, very, very clear that it's not she doesn't feel like the other organization shouldn't get that money. A lot of people are in food insecurity right now and need it. So, but there is, but again, sometimes it can feel like that something is being put out there, and for one person, one set of people got to get it, the other person got to suffer for it, when really there's enough to go around to be able to help everybody do what they got to do. So it sounds like games are being played sometimes when it comes to why this particular entity gets some money and another entity doesn't, and what it is they feel like it's important but enough for them to do something with it. Obviously, the mayor thought it was important enough for One Omaha to get it because it was in that fund. So yeah, they just want to know why the amendment.
Mm-hmm.
And hopefully we'll get down to the bottom of that. Hopefully she'll get down to the bottom of that. We can figure that out. Oh, she's in the chat already. All right, cool.
Yeah, they've been going back and forth about it.
Oh, who's going back and forth about it?
And not like back and forth arguing, but like just talking about it.
Kieran says, if anything, would think she would have asked for it to be transferred to maybe Heart Ministry Center, to Black Men United, some other food banks. You mean the food bank of the Heartland has $68 million in revenue each year. So that was the other kind of question. They get funds from other places, and they're well funded. Also, she says $40K is less than 1% of their budget. So yeah. Tony Johnson saying, so no conversation before making the amendment? No, that's why she's putting it out there for us to ask, call our city council people and ask why, because there was no conversation before that amendment and no reason really given according to the paperwork that I'm seeing. So it's a valid question. Find out, and we'll do the best we can. And then in the meantime, between time, we still have to figure out how we can support neighborhoods, whether that money comes or not, and support food insecurity, whether that money comes or not as well. So until we get those answers, cool. If it's answers we don't like, well, then there you go. We still got to figure out how we're going to deal with people and work together, make it happen still. So it can get, these are the things that can cause some division. It's tough. Kimmer's, you handled it very professionally. I think other people are mad for her, and she's telling them calm down. It is what it is. We gotta we still have to work with folks, so we got to figure out how to work. So these kind of things come up that can cause some division, and I like to look at how people are dealing with it, and Kimmer Snipes is acting super professional about it and just asking some really valid questions and telling us what it is that we can do, which is call our council people and figure out why, ask some questions, and then get back to the work of helping raise some money for our neighborhoods and so on and so forth. So we'll talk more about that on Monday. I'm going to leave it there because we only got a couple minutes left in the show and don't really want to leave it off there. Appreciate Kimmer, you coming in and saying some things too. I was hoping that you were here when we started talking about it. But we'll get to it on Monday if we can. If you can come back, we'll get to it on Monday. And if you can come back, that'd be great. In the meantime, between time, man, how'd you want to leave this off? Because I know we kind of went down a rabbit hole there a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, for me, really, the big thing was the highlight of today is Erin Forte and what the BAA is doing as far as modeling. What it looks like to kind of do for self and rely and bet on yourself, really, and rely on the community and what can be done when the community comes together and bets on itself. There's a lot that can be done. Really, the sky is only the beginning. And really the need for that as well, not just the possibility of it, but the sense of urgency around it, as far as I mentioned. And really hadn't had the time, and maybe we can get into it on Monday, but really hadn't had the time to really dive into the articles really breaking down what's going on as far as the job situation, but not just job healthcare. We haven't really talked, but Nebraska is the first state to implement the federal workforce requirements to get Medicaid, to get some, affordable health care, if that's even a thing here in this country, which, that's 80 hours a week, I think, or something like that, in regards to 80-hour requirements for school work. But, what does that mean for those who have disabilities? What does that mean for those who, are just struggling to find the work or to get in school, or just struggling to meet that requirement, not getting the assistance that they need? And as a community, are we prepared to band together to fulfill the needs that we have in our communities? And again, it's not going to happen without teamwork. So again, big shout out to the BAA and everybody a part of that effort for making the team work, make the dream work, man. That's really what it looks like, and we're going to continue examining what that looks like throughout the season. But that's pretty much how I wanted to leave off today. Big shout out and prayers going out to those who are still fighting, who are still struggling, who are banding together out in Gary, Indiana, out in Ohio, I believe Columbus, Ohio, getting rocked by tornadoes, and just people dealing with real life situations, man. So yeah, more power.
Anything you do to help, man, it's not beyond us to hop in the car and roll out somewhere too if you got to. I mean, we did it when Katrina happened back in the day.
Man,
that was quite the experience. So definitely, you got an extra generator sitting in your truck and driving on out. See if you can help some folks out. Meantime, between time over here, we got a few more things happening in this Capital Conversation. Shout out to Omaha 100, who is doing another Capital Conversation on Tuesday, August the 25th, which is in 3 days at 5 o'clock. Highly suggest you check these out. They got some heavy hitters on that are really open to be able to talk about what's happening with financing, what's going on with you being able to purchase land, purchase a house, what things are available to us to be able to do some things financially as well. It's interesting. You go through the whole range. You go through, you get a job, put that couch on your back, make a couple dollars. Now you got to do something with them dollars, because them dollars don't sustain. You might need to learn how to invest. You might need to learn how to invest in other businesses. We have the whole range here in our community. We have the range where you can get your first job, all the way to you're investing in land, and you're investing in houses and in commercial buildings and all kinds of stuff as well. There's support for all these things, every level that you're at. And this is one of those times when you're going to get some wisdom from some folks that are getting busy with it. Lorenzo and Desiree Ball is going to be the guest on this Capital Conversation. So definitely check that out. And more information, you'll find that on Friends of First Sky Omaha. Appreciate you guys who have been to the ones already. One more fun thing that you need to check out. I'm put this on your calendar. It's coming up, man. It's a Trap Symphony. Man, August 27th. Shout out to Joaquin Fox for putting these on. I went to one that was way out west somewhere. I'm glad he's having this over at the Jocelyn, one of my favorite places in Omaha. Yeah, he was way out somewhere. It still went off though. It was great. It was just a different spot. But this was a little closer to home at the Jocelyn, which is one of my favorite spots, man. The gallery experience from 4 to 6, live performances from 6:30 to 8, networking and mixer from 8 to 9:30. It's going down. If you haven't been to this It's a Trap Symphony situation, basically you got some real dope musicians, and putting beats to the Omaha Symphony they partner up with. And so it's a really interesting show, different music, really cool stuff. And I feel like, pretty sophisticated crowd that goes and checks this out. It feels good. And it's just a different experience. Something different. Check out.
Pinkies Up.
Pinkies Up. I highly suggest. It's funny. I got this whole idea for a Pinkies Up show. I got to tell you about it. Pinkies Up for real on that. Also, Marlon Harrison wants me to make sure that we talk about saving the date for the NOC Gala, the North Omaha Community
Okay.
Partnership Gala, happening on August 30th. It'll be a tribute to Michael Jackson, so it's going to be pretty entertaining and fun. It sounds like my kind of gala. Galas be stuff,
Man,
but this one right here,
get your hee hee on.
you're going to get your hee hee on the moonwalk on for real.
Yeah, case of the Shimons.
Shimon, I'm on it. It's going down. Nebraska Omaha Community Partnership, another organization that's doing some really great work as well in the community and doing some big things. So shout out to them for doing the gala on August the 30th. Man, it's getting ready to be gala season. I guess we better put our thing on here in a minute.
'Tis the season.
Fun Fest coming up. Kimra, I appreciate you coming through. She says, I had a meeting with the mayor at 4:00 today, so I could not do it. That's why she couldn't come on today. Said the meeting was all about the budget. I'm trying to set up communication pathways for our neighborhood leaders in the mayor's office. Good idea. The mayor's office is pretty open to a lot of these things when it comes to, this is the year of the neighbor, so they better have some neighborhood pathways going on for real.
Come on now. Come on.
Gotta have it. Brother Maga in the chat, give him a shout out. Appreciate you, bro. Yeah, man. Love it. Appreciate you guys coming on through. Again, we're not gonna do too much dwelling on the riffs because we got to get to the answers. That's what this is all about. Here. So thank you for all your comments.
Let's get to the solidarity. That's all I'm gonna say. That's it.
Come on.
That's all.
Give me some suggestions for that. That's what I want to hear more of now. How do we create some solidarity in a world full of people that don't have to like each other all the time? We just got to work together.
That part.
Everybody trust me. Whatever team you're looking at Dodgers. Everybody on the Dodgers don't like each other.
Man,
they still playing.
That is the thing. This is football season is upon us. Everybody in their training camps. I'm hearing reports of fights breaking out in these training camps, but I'm hearing a lot of championship NFL players say, "Hey, if your team don't have the intensity, if they don't care enough, hey, we gotta come together." It's a part of it, but that solidarity at the end of the day is what we need to really win. So there you go.
Get ready to put a little money aside. I'm inspired to put everybody who's been on the show since we put them on their own baseball card. I'm gonna get these baseball cards made. So
come on, man, come on.
Yeah. We're gonna have a stack of the guests from this season that you can purchase. And also, if you want to be on one, then you better hit us up about getting on the show.
Hey.
Let's get out of here. You got some words for the people?
Man, I appreciate y'all. Love y'all. Thank y'all. Big shout out to Sister Erin Forte for coming through and speaking to us. Didn't think it was gonna happen. Didn't know it was gonna happen, but it happened, and I'm glad it did. Would definitely love to have you back, sister, if you're still listening. So yeah. Don't be a stranger. In the meantime, between time, man, get out, live a life with one another. Definitely support. A lot of heavy hitters coming this year, so make sure you set your coin aside, man. Get out, enjoy some art. This is the Love Supreme, and that's really what it's about, man. Find some art that sparks some thought. Find some art that sparks your soul, man. That gets you to feel alive, man. Want to live alive with one another, man. That's what it's all about, man. So we appreciate you. We love you. We thank you. Catch the same time, same place, Monday and Friday, right here on First Sky, Omaha, in the morning, in the evening, depending on when you catch us. Just make sure you catch us, man. We appreciate you. In the meantime, between time, Paul B.
Yo.
Take it away, man.
Man, I appreciate you guys very much. So I gotta say, this is heavy hitters. I'm still using the thing.
Yeah,
we got a baseball theme going on, so the heavy hitters is still happening. Like Buddy said, get your coin together, get ready for the heavy hitters. It's already started. Shout out to Dana Murray and all the team over there at NOMA, who just did NOMA Fest, brought out Mono Neon, brought out Mohini Day, brought out the Barcades. Come on, man. We had so much fun when the Barcades was out there. It was ridiculous. It was too much fun. It was too much fun. I went home sore than a mug. But heavy hitters are here. And I got to say about that, what puts Omaha on the map is stuff like that. It's stuff like Fat Joe, Pretty Ricky, Trina Paul Wall coming through, Diggable Planets coming through, Snarky Puppy coming through, Chance the Rapper coming through, Live at Low End with Chief Ajoa. That's off the chain. That's craziness. Lupe Fiasco coming through, Gym Class Heroes too, but Lupe Fiasco getting down with us big time. Lenny Kravitz. Pops can tell you. Pops is in chat right now. He says, awesome show, super fast, 2 hours and great guests. Have a phenomenal weekend and see you on Monday morning. Appreciate you, Pops. Pops
Thank you.
has traveled all around the world performing. All around the world. Prince of Monaco, Japan, everywhere you can think of, he's been all around the world performing. So if he hits a place, he hits a city with a group as big as the Platters, because that's who he was with. And he don't fly over your city. He stops in your city to perform. Your city owns something. Your city is a special city. All cities don't get Lenny Kravitz coming to town. All cities don't get the Platters coming to town. And he knows, like I know, it's a special thing that we got heavy hitters coming to Omaha, Nebraska. Don't pass it by. Get your coin together, support it, because it is really something that makes Omaha special. It makes Omaha an international city.
Facts.
Closer to an international city is what it makes it. These are the kinds of things that make it that. When an artist as big as Lenny Kravitz says, I got to stop in Omaha to play, it ain't because he needs to do it. It's because Omaha has an audience. So I highly encourage everybody to get their coin together, support when this kind of stuff happens, support our community, but also support the fact that we are out here in the middle of nowhere where people call us the flyover state, and heavy hitters aren't flying over. Heavy hitters are stopping in. That changes the game for it. That changes everything. That changes brain drain. That changes how much you're gonna get paid out here. That the cost of living. That it changes everything. Artists start it all. The artists start it all. When the artists start coming here because it's the dope spot, then everything follows.
It's the dope spot.
Buddy, you a buddy over there working at Stankonia. If Outkast get back together right now, and Buddy can genuinely say, yeah, you might want to stop in Omaha, play some shows. He could tell them that. You know why? Because all you got to say is, yo, Chance the Rapper's out there, Lupe Fiasco's out there,
man.
Killer Mike was just there.
I was just gonna say, I spoke to Killer Mike. He said he had a good time. He said he enjoyed himself. That plays a part. That plays a part, because it would definitely be some cities where artists like, hey, I'm not going back there. I'm not. And
Tell him, Pops.
yeah.
Omaha. There it is. That's all you need to say. Yeah. So it might not be news to you, but it is news, big time news. It's relevant to everything that we're talking about and we doing. If we didn't have a city that could accommodate world-class musicians, world-class artists. And let me tell you something about that, because I just hung with Mono Neon and everybody else this last weekend. The first thing they want to know, where the black owned
Come on, man.
Where the trucks at?
Where the community at?
I see all these food trucks out here. Where the black ones at? They want to know, where's the black folks at? I can't even take them. No, I couldn't even take them to, where am I going to take them at night on the Deuce? There's no food there. We need more things happening in our area, because these artists will come out here and the first thing they want to do is, where's the studio at? Where the black folks at? Where's everybody at? They already coming to town like we in Omaha. Are there any black people here in the first place? And we got to say, yeah, but we're scattered, and hopefully half of us will show, like, nah, bro. I'm talking about us. We got to represent when these folks come out here. We got to represent. That's all there is to it.
Straight up.
So I appreciate you guys who do that all the time. Hey, Michelle Moreno, good evening to you as well. I appreciate that you guys that do that all the time. Put your money where your mouth is. I do see people out a lot. Sometimes it's not just about what we sit around here and talk about, what we do, what we put our efforts into, but let's be well-rounded with it, man. It's not just one fight we're in. It's not just one lane we're in. Let's make sure that we give respect to everybody else that are in the other lanes and support them. We gotta support those lanes too. We have to do that, and let's do that so we can have more solidarity, like we're talking about. So with that, I'll get off my soapbox. We'll go ahead and get out of here. Appreciate you guys. I know you got to get to work, buddy. So we're gonna go ahead and get out of here. Shout out to the Maha Tribe elders for allowing us to be on this land and speak while we're here. Shout out to our elders for allowing us to speak before you. Shout out to you, the chat chimers, allowing us to speak with you. And please do us a favor, tell a friend, tell a friend. Thank you for joining us, having questions and comments and respect for the guest as well. Shout out to Erin Forte who came through. Shout out to Brother Qasim, who I know encouraged her to come. Shout out to everybody who is a part of the First Sky Omaha family. And we will take care of yourselves this weekend. Spend some time, live a life with one another. And we'll see you on Monday. And we'll continue the conversation then. Peace. We're out.
By the way, Vanglorious, this is protected by the Red